Hey guys, welcome back to another video from the Comic Book Lowdown. This is my third video today, feeling in the spirit, the Christmas spirit if you will, to make videos today. I've been home alone pretty much all day and all I've been doing is reading and just read a bunch of stuff so far. Read a bunch from my Ultimate Spider-Man Omnibus, finished the Wolverine trade, made a video on that, read some Maximum Carnage, and now I'm going to be doing a review on the first 5 issues of Venom. Now I have the 2 through 5 here, and unfortunately I got into comics a little too late where they just stopped printing the first issue, and so I don't have that physically, but Marvel.com put it on their free comics one day, and I picked it up from Marvel for free, and so now I have it on my computer right here. So I do technically own all 5 issues, or all the issues of Venom actually. But anyways, gonna be reviewing the first 5 issues, covers the first story arc, and the 5th issue is just a standalone issue. So for the first 4 issues, well, I should say the first issue starts with, introducing the new Venom, Flash Thompson, and the way he looks is just absolutely great. I love the look of this new Venom, and of course, as you guys know from my other videos, I love Venom just in general. All incarnations of Venom, especially this Flash Thompson Venom. But anyways, starts off, and I cannot pronounce the country's name. It's like Nervedistan, and it's in Eastern Europe. And pretty much these terrorists are attacking the people that live there, and some people from the UN, they have all these Iron Man suits. They come to protect, and all of a sudden, these guys in these big Iron Man suits supposed to, protect them from everything, is just literally being shot straight through the suits as if it was paper. So, and this is because these terrorists are using vibranium bullets, and if you know vibranium, it's like Captain America's shield. It can melt through all metals. So pretty strong metal there, and it just melts through every type of metal. And so Venom is the government agent sent to, this is his mission, to go intercept the vibranium shipment from being distributed and pretty much destroy it. And so the first issue introduces Venom, and it also introduces Jack-o'-lantern, which plays a big part throughout the whole Remender run, that is. So Jack-o'-lantern and Venom, they cross paths, and Jack-o'-lantern does do his signature death thing that he does, where he cuts off the person's head and lights their eyes up, and it's really gruesome. And Tony Moore's art. Tony Moore drew, he drew the first 2 issues, and he drew the 4th issue, and he had some pages in the 5th issue. And for the other ones, it was Tom Fowler doing the art. But Tony Moore's art for this is absolutely perfect. I wish that he was still doing the art, and if it's not going to be Lan Medina, then I want it to be Tony Moore, but Tony Silas is doing a very good job with Venom as well. I have no complaints on him. But anyways, Jack-o'-lantern and Venom, they cross paths, and Venom puts a grenade in Jack-o'-lantern's mouth. And Jack-o'-lantern's the most resilient character in the Marvel Universe because he seems to not be able to die. Because, again, Venom put a grenade in Jack-o'-lantern's mouth and blew his face up. Just absolutely should have killed him, didn't kill him, just completely messed up his face, and you see that the aftermath of that in I believe it's in issue 2, actually, in the second issue. So in the second issue we have Venom being in the Savage Land, and he's actually being hunted by Kraven the Hunter. So really, just from the start, the first 2 issues don't seem to blend, but then the story does mold together a bit more. And through this whole hunting thing that Venom's trying to escape Kraven, the symbiote ends up abandoning Flash, and there's surveillance all around the Savage Land, where we now know, being Crime Master had surveillance in the Savage Land, knows Flash's secret identity, and sends Jack-Lantern to go find Betty Brant and pretty much hold her against her will and make Flash, Venom do things for them to help them, be terrorists. So anyway, that gets us pretty much to the third issue. I'm just gonna go through these issues pretty quickly. That gets us to the third issue right here. And Venom is going about, he's lost control of the symbiote, by the way. He's lost control of the symbiote. He's pretty much venomed out. He's not this Venom anymore. He's Big Venom now. But anyways, he's venomed out, and he's just killing all these terrorist mercenaries, henchmen, and all these kind of guys. He's just killing them because, and the way that Remender writes Venom, the way that he wrote Venom, I should say, was absolutely amazing. It was just the thought cubes or squares were just so well written. Flash is always at a crossroads and always in conflict with himself and with the symbiote, and the way that everything is written, just it makes for such good story. I really wish Remender had a longer run on Venom. But anyways, so Flash is always at a constant has conflict with the symbiote. He doesn't want to be killing, but then the symbiote kills, and then the symbiote makes Flash think that the killing is justified, and so he goes along with it, and then eventually the vibranium shipment is about to be sent out to New York, and Flash ends up, it's being distributed in a helicopter. Flash kicks the pilot out, and he's gonna go destroy the shipment as he's piloting the helicopter, and Crime Master pretty much blackmails Venom into bringing the shipment to New York and bringing it to Crime Master himself, and that makes just such a good story right there, conflict between Venom and Crime Master. And there's a lot of funny parts throughout this book, throughout these first issues as well as some very tension. There's a lot of tension that happens throughout this. By the end of this issue, Venom loses control again, and we get a good Venom fighting Spider-Man fight. And as you know, Flash Thompson being Venom, Peter Parker being Spider-Man, it's really funny that they don't know each other as who they are. They're friends in real life. They're friends as their own selves, but enemies as their costumes, as their alter egos. So I thought that was pretty fun. I wish they would do that a little bit more, or maybe even team up with the two. I wish they could do that some. And so the end of issue 3 and issue 4 deal with a lot of fighting between Spider-Man and Venom. And here's issue 4. And so Venom actually doesn't want to fight Spider-Man. He's actually going to go save Betty Brant, who's locked in a warehouse, has a bomb strapped to her, and he's only got 5 minutes to go save her. And so he's on his way to go save her when Spider-Man is swinging by, because he notices that Betty is gone, because Peter, Flash, and Betty have this triangle of friendship. So Peter noticed that she was gone. He goes to look for where she's at, sees Venom, thinks there's no coincidence that her being missing and Venom being in the street. And so Spider-Man starts the fight. And all Flash wants to do is stop the fight and go save Venom and get away, or go save Betty and get away. But the Venom symbiote continues just fighting Spider-Man, especially because Spider-Man keeps fighting back. That it takes a lot of willpower for Flash to keep moving, and it's very hard. And Spider-Man does not let up at all, and so Flash just totally Venoms out. He eventually gets to tell Spider-Man where the warehouse is on what street, and he gets away. He breaks away, and he's gonna go save Betty. And there's some great inner monologue going on about how much Flash loves Betty, and it's just so like your heart just sinks, because as soon as he makes it to the warehouse, he's about to get to there, and the warehouse just blows up right in his face, and he thinks that Betty died in the explosion, and just the depressed look on his face, it makes your heart sink. Even knowing that, after reading this, even knowing that next panel, Spider-Man turned out to have saved Betty just in the nick of time, and it's really funny how Venom, because Flash Thompson's taken control, but he still looks like Venom. He actually thanks Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's very confused. So, there's a little bit of humor here and there as well, and it just makes up for a great story. And so that pretty much covers the first story arc. Also, Crime Master, if I haven't mentioned this, Crime Master is pretty much just going to always blackmail Venom into doing what he wants, because he knows the secret identity, and he knows that Flash won't give up the symbiote to the government, because Flash has no legs, and the symbiote gives him legs, and it gives him power that he just cannot give up. So Crime Master knows that, Flash knows that, and Flash doesn't know what to do yet at this point. But then we get to issue 5, just a standalone issue. It's a very good starting point if you didn't read the first 4 issues. And it's just a complete Flash story. It starts off with Venom and the introduction of Human Fly, and Venom, thwarts Human Fly's plan of eating the senator's daughter, and just really good stuff went on there, and that part was drawn by Tony Moore, and I really liked that art. But then we get to the thick of the story, and that's Flash Thompson's dad is missing for a couple days because Flash's mom leaves a message on Flash's voicemail saying that she hasn't seen his father in a couple of days, and he's been coming home drunk again. This just gives Flash so much anger, and so much he's recalling all the times when his father would get drunk and beat him, and then that would translate to Flash beating all the the geeks and stuff in school, like Peter, and then Flash becoming a drunk, and then his father never really giving him any love or saying anything good about him, except for when he joined the army. And then once he became crippled, he couldn't look at him the same anymore. So just recollecting all the bad memories from their relationship, because Flash's father started drinking again. He was sober for 2 years, and now he's starting to drink all over again. And Flash has to go out and look for his dad at his mom's request. And initially he doesn't want to do that, and there's a great couple of panels of Flash talking on the phone with his mom. You don't hear or you don't read what his mom is saying. You just see Flash's expression, what he says, a space between a space from where his mom is saying something that you never know what she's saying, and then what Flash says again. And at first he's very angry, and then he's trying to calm his mom down because she starts to cry, and it's very human. It's a very human scene, and it's very compelling. I would definitely never want to have that conversation with anyone. It's a very real conversation as well. It's a very real subject, and very real problem. Remender he put this real take on a character, and it just makes up for great story, great character. And so him and Peter, Flash and Peter, they go out looking through different bars, looking for his dad. Eventually he gets a call that his dad is making a ruckus at the old police department where he used to work. And he's very drunk. And once Flash gets there, his father starts ridiculing Flash, and he then tries to throw a punch at him, and Flash dodges it, and he has this moment where he's open for a shot to finally get his dad back for all the trouble he's put him through his whole childhood and through his whole life. And he's finally got the chance to really just punch him right in the face. And then he realizes, he's like, but I'm not the same as my dad. And he kind of just pushes him over. And then that same scene, you find out that, or not the same scene, but the next panel, you find out that his father had cirrhosis of the liver, and he's hospitalized, and he doesn't have that long to live. And Flash just so much emotion where he can't look his father in the eye, and he just leaves the hospital, but then he meets Betty, and he cries in her arms, and it's really sad. And then what's even more sad is that as he's, they're just sharing this moment where she's trying to comfort him, and all of a sudden he gets a phone call on his cell phone from the government for another mission, and he has to pick it up. And Betty's just asked him to not pick it up, but he has to, and he just has to go on with the mission. So it's very sad the way that things work out for him in this, but very great writing by Remender. The covers on here are very great as well. Here's this. I didn't show you guys this. The cover to the second issue. If you know Spider-Man covers, this should be very reminiscent. If you know, or if you watch my Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus video, you could also remember this, because this is originally a Todd McFarlane cover, except there's two of these, with the black suit Spider-Man and then the red and blue suit Spider-Man for issues 299 and 300. So yeah, that I thought that was fun. I didn't know that at first. I just recently noticed that, and so that's really one reason I decided to read all these again, just to experience what I had originally experienced with Venom, and maybe even at a different look. And I definitely recommend at least these first. I recommend all of Remender's issues, all of his run on Venom. This is probably my second favorite story arc, and that's very close second to the Savage 6 story arc. But definitely this first story arc, introducing everything, and then this issue 5, really compelling stuff, really great writing, and I can say no much more good about it. I have no problems with this at all. Definitely recommend it. You can pick it up and trade. It's just Venom by Rick Remender, and definitely, if you can pick it up or if you can read it, definitely you need to, because it's very great writing and it's very great art, and it's just very great character that I think everybody should experience. So anyways, that's my review on the first 5 issues of Venom. Wellington signing off with the Comic Book Lowdown, and I'll see you guys next time.